There are a couple of things that make this 2004 Mustang Cobra unique. The first and very obvious thing is the car has been repainted. It is actually 1970 grabber green. You might notice right away that it has normal mirrors on it and not the folding Cobra mirrors. And that's just the way that the owner purchased the car from the previous owner. It has 10th anniversary wheels on it. And the interior looks a little bit different than an '04 Cobra would. If you look closely, you'll notice the seats are actually a 2001 Cobra seat, and the center console with those cup holders there is from a 99 to 2000, and the dash is also from a different one. No Terminator Cobras came with the two-tone dash like that, so that's a different dash and steering column and everything out of another car. The gauges do remain from the 2004 Cobra, and I think it's interesting to see the overlay in the top right corner, which is the boost overlay. So it shows that this Cobra used to be pulleyed or run higher boost than factory and has an overlay there. But what makes this car very unique, and the fact that it's a Terminator is unique enough, but this is not much of a Terminator anymore, although it is a real Terminator. It has a 2-valve GT engine in it. As a matter of fact, this is an engine out of a Mustang Bullet. When the owner of this car had bought the car, it already had a 2-valve swapped into it, but then that 2-valve engine started knocking, and so they decided to buy a wrecked Bullet and take the drivetrain out of it, and so this engine is out of an actual Bullet Mustang. So I don't think I've ever seen an '04 Cobra with a Bullet engine in it. I have seen the opposite with '03, '04 Cobra engines in 2001 Mustang Bullets, but not the reverse. Now, this isn't the first Terminator I've seen with a 2-valve in it. As a matter of fact, there's a friend of mine, and he has an Instagram called Mustangs, and he has this Mistachrome color shifting Cobra, and when he bought it, it had a 2-valve Mustang GT engine swapped into it, and that was very unique. And I know he went through a lot of trouble to get this car right. He's spent a lot of time with the wiring harnesses and engines and things. And he actually just swapped in a 4-valve 4.6 liter, which would be basically the same thing as the 96 to 98 Cobra. And it was out of a Mark 8, which is very common. This is a Mark 8. It's a Lincoln 2-door, basically like a Cobra with an automatic independent rear suspension and roughly the same horsepower. I think they're like 280 horse instead of 305 like the Cobra, but you'll get there with intake manifold and the exhaust and everything to make it more like a Cobra. So he did swap this in. You can see the 4 camshafts on top, kind of hard to see, but there's the cam gears on top, and it's basically a 4-valve engine now, just like a Cobra would have. And so he did a lot of work, and I've watched him go through and just really make this car nice. He even got interior back in the car, Mistachrome actual leather seats and stuff. They're the color shifting ones like the car. So great for him. I think this is something very unique and interesting. It's obviously not something very sought after. A lot of people aren't going to be wanting to buy the car because it's been changed to a 2-valve, and I don't think a lot of people would want to pay Terminator prices for this car. But it's a nicely repainted car. It looks like it has nice work done to it. I think some people could enjoy driving this car around, and maybe someone would want to buy it and return it to being a Cobra, and that's very possible. So let me know what you think of the car. So thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more Mustang content.